Hi guys, my name is Akil and I am in a software development for 20 plus year now. I have worked with almost all popular languages during this period. I'm here to show you the wizard that I have created for the ASP.NET Core Web API. This wizard helps to create a web API based on clean architecture. Let's see what this wizard can do to reduce the development time. After seeing this video, if you have any suggestion, please do not hesitate to contact me here. Or you can contact me on aqkhana2002@gmail.com. So let's talk about the wizard itself. Before I go further, let's see what the clean architecture is. So we all know that what the clean architecture is, and I'm not here to explain it. But for the wizard, what we need is basically only the entities. Some people call it in enterprise business rules, some call something else. You call whatever you like to. So in this wizard, the main requirement is entities. And I will do with you and show you how basically it works. So let's run this. So as you can see, this is my main tab. Um, Let me create. I was working on something else, so let me create another folder. Go here in my personal. Let's talk and say it test. So now we have to type our project name. So I can take demo YouTube, and now we have to select where exactly we want to generate the files. By the way, this is the version 2. The difference between version 1 and version 2 is initially you have to create a project for the wizard, and now you don't. And in version 1, you, there is nothing like you can say primary and secondary key inside the classes, or you can say whatever you like. Okay, now I have selected the project location. Now I do have option here to either we can work with SQL Server. This is basically for the persistence classes. We can work with the SQL Server, MySQL, Dapper for SQL, and Dapper for MySQL. In this demo, I would like to have MySQL, and you just need to click initialize the project. So after initialize, actually I am using another screen where it's basically generating all the project files. So if I go to the project directory, so now you can see I have all the required project created by the wizard, and yeah, so you just need to click on, for example, the demo YouTube project that we have created. So now if I go into, I created the way of the folder structure that will be easy to understand. So now we have to go into our domain and then expand it. So the only things we are doing here is to create entities. I do have some entities from existing project. So let me copy paste that, and then I can show you. Take whatever is there. So this is all my test. Okay, so I'm taking all these classes which was for another project, and I'm pasting here. And I am using resharper. Let's change or adjust the namespace. So let's do it. Okay. So I would like to only show you the main, the complicated one rather than just the normal one. So, for example, this is how you have to create your entities, and the important part is this one. You must have to use base entity, and if you go back and check, the base entity is nothing more than static properties we require for every entities, like who created date, last modified date, and the history etc. So yeah, so in, for example, this is the settlement. In settlement, I need the client and I need the project, and based on that we have created client and project ID. So this will become as a primary, and this is as a foreign key for that. So yeah, so we have already selected our classes. Now go back into our wizard, and if you notice that it's automatically basically putting all together the structure, I mean the file, the project structure, where it is exists, what the namespace will be. Everything is it's auto generated. So now I have to go back into domain entity, and let's load our files. So when you click on load our files, so our files are here. You can select one, two, or three, but I would recommend to select all and generate only once. And once your project is ready by the wizard, then you can modify as per your requirement. Now what you have to do is just create the project. That's it. It might take just a second. And if you go back in our project, and you will notice that every required file has been generated by the project. So you have your DTOs, uh, you have your interface, you have your validator. Not only that, if you go into your features, so you can see you have CQRS, like command. This is your commands, this is your queries. This wizard is basically created your create, update, delete, and same way get one, get all with child entities if you have any. So now after generating that, what we have to do is go into our API, just right click on API, and of course you have to set as your default project. Uh, there you go, set up start a project. And of course you have to go in your app setting, and you have to provide your password that you need for database. So I am going to provide my password. Okay, so I have provided my password. Now let's open this MySQL and see if we have anything here. So you can see, let me have to refresh. So I don't have any YouTube demo database here. So what I have to do is just go into my project and go into tools and go into your command. But before that, just let's build and see if there is no issue within our project. Yeah, it seems to be successful. Now go back into the command line and select first identity. So I select identity project and go back into your wizard, and you will have a command here. So what you have to do is just copy and paste these commands. It will auto basically generate it based on whatever the project name you have selected. So I have entity. Click on that, and it's a successful. And now let's do the second command to update our database. So let's go here, update. Let's go back into our MySQL, and you can see I have demo YouTube users. And if you click on that, so our tables are created accordingly. Now I have to select the persistence class, persistence projects for my actual business rules. Again, I have to go back into wizards and select the command which is written there, enter, successful. Now for the second command, come on, second command, just copy and paste. This is also successful. Now go back into MySQL, have a refresh, and now you can see I have my demo YouTube tables. Good. So this is has done. Now if you try to run the project, it should be working fine. There you go. So now you have your web API running less than a click. So for example, if I go and do my login, by default I have created users. So let me have a look because I don't remember the username and password I created. So configuration, user configuration, and I have to go here, put my, let's try it, and then just put the password. That's the default username password that I have created. You can change as per your requirement if you want to. Click on execute, and now you can see you have your barrier token. So you can use that barrier tokens to get all this information. So you just need to copy that, authorize, and here type BEARER, and then just type that. And if you are now going to create or something, you can use as per your requirement. Okay, so you have seen that within a second we have created our web API project. Now, based on um, the web API we have created, I'm allowing user to generate the proxy client for the user. So if you go back into your project, and you will notice that you have SDK as well. Right now there is no SDK code, SDK class. This SDK class is basically help for the clients. What you have to do is just give that class to the clients, so they don't need to write their own, code to call your endpoints. For this, you have to just go into program. The things you have to verify is the URL. As you can see, our web API is running, and it's on 61318. So just have to do it to change 61318. Have to do it. And this is my endpoint. So if I just go here and just on this project, right click, debug, and start new instance. And oh, sorry, in my second screen it was showing. So now you can see that I have got my client here. So now what I have to do is just give that to the client, and they can utilize my endpoints. Another benefit for my wizard is it will create a test for you guys. Now if I stop that and go back into my wizard, and I say, yeah, I need integration test, can you do it? Just click on let's do it. It's already done. I haven't put that message, so I will put that in the backend. So if you come up here and see, now you have your own integration test is created. Uh, the only thing in this project you must require is you have to go into your custom factory and change the URL as you did in SDK client. And the second thing is just copy your app setting into bin folder. So if I go to my, uh, where is it? Does it say custom web applications? And what was the HTTP? I believe it should be in my memory. Yep. Okay, so I did that. Now we can do that to copy that um, output directory always. Let's have a try. If not, then I just have to run it. So, for example, I'm trying to test this project test. I am here, so let's run this, and it's failing. Just bring up here, and it's just failing, and it's because yeah, it's complaining about the app settings. So I have to just go into this project. Uh, there you go, and yeah, copy that. Bing, debug, just paste here. I have to figure out why it's not automatically basically using that. Okay, so I come back here. So test was failing. Run it again. So as you can see, all the tests are successful. Okay, so now you have a create, update, and delete. And this was the integration test, and now you can even create a unit test. So just click on unit test. Hopefully it's done backend. Before going, because this is the last thing that I have to show you, so you can, yeah, I have to talk about this validation as well. Just close that. So if we go back here and we open our unit test, so as you can see, our unit test for command and QA also created. So we can use that. Let me have a look. If not, I'll have to check what's the issue. So this is also successful. Voila. Okay, so the last thing that I forget to talk to you about, when you have created that project, of course you need your own validations. So for the validations, you have to go into application DTOs. By the way, I'm using this validator called Flutter. So some example is here. So you just need to remove it and use as per your requirement. I hope this is basically helping developer to reduce their time. In general, to be honest, there is not much developer need to do now, and in some most of the cases are very important. As you can see, how many files that this wizard has written, and you can imagine how much. Even if you are creating a project, creating a folder, if you are calling your basic files, it always take a lot of time. And you guys have seen that in just less than a second, I mean on the click, the all that files has been generated for us, and we don't need to do anything. Those who are interested to know how I did that, for them just a small tips. It's all based on the templates, and I'm using, of course, string concatenating and regex to do to solve the purpose. The widget that I have created is still in Windows application, and it's using uh, current framework. Uh, and also this the widget that I have created is basically using .NET 6, and also I think it's a C Sharp 10. As you can see, there is no startup file, just a program file, and everything is configured here. If you go in detail, you have your own swagger. You can set it. Some of the things I have already put it there. For example, if you go into the web API projects, you can see there is a folder called tips. So if you wanted to use when you're calling a request, you need first 10 10 to 20 records. So it's already written there. The things are already configured in the backend, so you can just need to utilize that. And I hope you like my video, and you are going to give me a big thumbs up. And if you guys have any question or anything, you still can reach me on aqkhana2002 or you can use also aqkhana2002 Best of luck, guys. I hope you like it and give me a big like. Thank you very much.